coming in today, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. We're going to be doing Virtuous Safe Flying Club event tonight. I'm in the Coronado Mooney. And we're going to be flying, you can see the Colorado flag. We're going to be departing out of Pueblo, Colorado, going to Angel Fire, New Mexico. And then we'll be doing a little bit of skiing at the Angel Fire Resort. And the idea for this event came about because during one of my Los Angeles to Newark flights, I happened to fly over this ski resort known as Angel Fire, and I looked down and it looked pretty cool, and there was an airport right by it, and that's pretty much how I came up with the event idea, more or less. Pretty straightforward. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to do it in this beautiful Mooney, painted in color similar to the Mooney that my buddy owns. Got a couple other Virtuous Safe Flying Club members that are scattered about here at Pueblo, some others that are over in Colorado Springs, as those are the two departure airports, and we're going to make our way down to Angel Fire and go check out the resort when we get there. Yeah, first virtual USA Flying Club event of the 2026 calendar year, and we are well into our 7th year now at the Virtuous USA Flying Club, so it's a great time. So I'm going to let the unmute myself here in the Discord, so you might hear some other people talking. I'll be doing a briefing in about 15 minutes. I'll be doing a briefing for the event tonight, so about 15 minutes that we're just going to be kind of hanging out here. Once I get done with the briefing, then we'll do our flight. I will show you guys what my plan is for the flight tonight here on SkyVector. We're going to depart out of Pueblo. It's going to be a right down departure off of runway 8 right, most likely, but we'll see because there is tower control on, so it's going to depend on what he gives us. But we're going to go and fly towards route I-25 here, and we're going to follow that down. It's got all different nomenclature, 85, 87 as it goes down this way, but we're going to follow it down, keep following it down all the way until we get to about this Rayton Municipal Cruise Field area, and then we'll kind of just turn, and we're going to follow, it looks like it's Route 64. And we're going to follow Route 64 past, I don't know how to say this. I've been debating it. I think it's Chimarron. Sounds fancy when I say it like that, so I'm going to say that. But we'll kind of fly through here, all across over here, and we're going to crow. And there's this little pass right here. There's a dam. There's Eagle's Nest Lake. And then that takes us pretty much right into Angel Final. And then, like, you see the resort and all that's, like, right over here. So you'll see that. We have scenery at both Pueblo and Angel Fire, so we're ready to kind of lock and load here. Again, we're just going to be waiting for the briefing, the Virtuous Safe Flying Club briefing that I'm going to be doing for the event at 7 Eastern, which is 15 minutes from now. Auto brake, by the way, got first. Good job, buddy. Nicely done. So far, you're the only person I've seen in the stream, but that's okay. There's about 7 people, including myself, in the Virtuous Safe Flying Club Discord at the moment. And the brief doesn't start for another, like I said, 14-ish minutes, so that's actually pretty good. Right now I see that there's 2 Flying Club folks on the ground. Check that, 3 Flying Club folks on the ground at Colorado Springs, and 4 of us on the ground here at Pueblo. Both Colorado Springs and Pueblo have tower. Boozy! I will do no such thing, sir. Thanks for coming in today. Drumma, Texas Panhandle, hello. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo.
Again, very first Virtuous Safe Flying Club event of 2026. Well into our 7th year doing club activities. And we're looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to this one. I've been getting a lot of ideas lately from just looking out the window during my real world flights and finding like these random little fields or these random little town names and just kind of figuring out what they're all about. And that's where I came up again with the idea for this event for Angel Fire. Just flew right over. It looked like a cool little resort. There was an airport right there, and I said, all right, Flying Club's gonna have to go into there. So that's why we're doing. Look at this little Pueblo scenery we got going on here. Let me get the drone cam going here for this little. This is a little free Pueblo scenery, and they got some old aircraft that I guess are hanging out over here. Very nice that they included this in the little scenery here. Not much else to the airport necessarily, but that is a nice little touch. Of course, you got I like the nice little touch with the American and the Colorado flags. They modeled the tower decently. They put a little bit of effort into this for sure. I learned to ski at Angel Fire, Texas Panhandle. Awesome. Yeah, I love it when there's a little bit of a real world connection that does come into play. And you are the connection now, other than me just flying over it. I've never been there in person. I'm not much of a skier. I find plenty of other ways to hurt myself. I don't need to be going skiing down a mountain. But that's awesome. So you'll be quite familiar then with the area that we're going to be flying into for this club event this evening. Taking a look at some of the other buildings that they modeled and stuff over here for this little scenery. Again, free scenery, not bad. Got a club member that's out over in the hangars over here. Another club member out on the ramp over here. You got myself. Yeah. Not too much going on terrain-wise right in this vicinity, but you obviously could see the mountains in the distance. And we'll definitely be flying into some mountains and through a little pass there on our way into Angel Fire through like that Eagle Nest Lake area. That's awesome, Texas Panhandle. So you'll be our resident guide for this flight. Well, maybe for the last little bit. We'll do some drone camming around once we do get to Angel Flight. There won't be any snow on the trails in the sim, just because it's not snowing. So the sim is not going to project any snow in the resort, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But we can always mess around with the weather after we disconnect. Screw around with that and see if we can make it look more wintry. Mariner, thanks for coming in today. Welcome. Yeah, first event of the calendar year. Very exciting times for the Flying Club. We matched our attendance average in 2025 for what we had in 2023, which is still the most we've had. We averaged 16.1 club members per event in 2025. My goal this year is to increase that to 17.5 is the average that I'm hoping to attain for the average club members per event in 2026. That's the year we're in. So that's what we're hoping for. Of course, we also have some big events coming up down the road. In June, we're going to have the 4th annual Virtue Safe Flying Club Air Show, which by the way, there is now we've got the banner all taken care of for that. I'm going to show you guys the banner. So June 6th, that's a Saturday afternoon, June 6th. I think it's actually, is it D-Day? Yeah, it's D-Day. Saturday, June 6th is when we're going to be doing the 4th annual Virtue Safe Flying Club Air Show. 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. It'll be on twitch.tv/Jeffrey B. If you don't already follow Jeffrey B, you should. He's a very entertaining streamer. He's also the air show broadcaster extraordinaire, and he will be, again, commentating, broadcasting, producing, doing all the heavy lifting for the club for our 4th annual show. We're going to have three special guests this year. We've got the return of the United States Navy Virtual. You got also the return of the virtual United States Air Force, and we're also going to have virtual NATO. Virtual NATO is going to be performing in the Flying Club Air Show coming up in June. So that is definitely going to be fun. Saturday, June 6th. I'm going to be promoting the heck out of that. We had it probably around like 80, 90 concurrent viewers on average during the 3rd annual air show. I'm hoping to get at least 120 plus concurrent viewers on Jeffrey's stream during the 4th annual air show on June 6th. So I'm going to be promoting the hell out of that. And that's part of my job with the Flying Club, is to promote. And promote GA on the VATSIM network is another big thing that I like to do here. And that's why we do these events. That's why we have the Flying Club. That's really the purpose of it all. And I'm speaking a lot because I'm kind of just killing time, actually. I know you guys want to see me fly, but I got a voice briefing that I am doing for the event tonight that starts in about 7 minutes. And that's kind of why I'm just killing a little bit of time on the stream till we get to that point. But appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're a Flying Club member, I hope that you'll join along for the event tonight if you are able. If you're not a Flying Club member, but you are on VATSIM and you do enjoy general aviation, we hope that you'll join us in the Discord for some future Flying Club activities. And you do need to be a VATSIM member to join. That's always the key, but I'm pretty sure everyone in here is Flying Club member that's watching me currently.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Good Fixins just resubbed for 54 months. Hump Day. M-I-K-E, M-I-K-E, M-I-K-E,
I can't believe it's spelling it out instead of saying it. That's so stupid. But thank you for the 54-month resub, Good Fixins. It is indeed Wednesday. It is Hump Day. And we look like we're going to have a pretty good turnout for a Wednesday night for the first event, first Flying Club event of the year. It's me, Brad. Thanks for coming in today. Again, I'm just killing a little bit of time because we got about 6 minutes until I do a briefing, and I'm actually going to go use the little boys' room before this briefing, chat. I will be right back. By the way, new headset. Thank you to my buddy Dakota for buying me. This is a wedding gift, apparently, to quote unquote from Dakota. Anyways, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go use the little boys' room before I go to do this briefing. All right. Hopefully that restroom break will hold me over all the way until we get to Angel Fire. But for now, again, we got only 4 more minutes until the briefing here, and we got 13 club members that are in the Discord ready for the brief. I love to see it, especially on a Wednesday night. And I know that there's going to be a small handful that aren't going to be in the briefing, that are still going to fly the event. And this is one of those events where, yeah, the voice briefing will be good, but not necessarily required. Larry Gopnik, you're the second person in this chat already to say that Angel Fire is where they learned how to ski. Texas Panhandle also learned how to ski in Angel Fire. I wouldn't even be shocked if you guys somehow cross paths now that we're reading this, but you are the second person to say that they learned how to ski in Angel Fire. I've never been there in real life. The only way I got the idea for this event, Larry, is I flew over it while I was flying the A320, and I looked down, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Saw there was an airport, and yeah, that's how I got the idea for the event. Which, that's pretty cool that we have 2 people now in the chat. Yes, we got Sarah and Clove back there. They say hello. Clove is taking one of her cat naps. She's also laying on her side. She's being cute. I'm going to have to give her a little pet because she's being so cute. You're a good girl. Yeah. Look at this little baby. You're giving me the belly. Yeah, you're such a good girl. Little baby. I love you, Clove. You're so good. And then she gave me a little kick. She's like, that's enough. No, that's enough, belly. That's right, kitty, kitty. All right, time check. I can't look at my computer clock because my computer clock is wrong. Use my phone clock. We have 2 minutes. Texas One Flyboy, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, buddy. No Angel Fire here, just fire hot in Texas. Appreciate you stopping by the stream. Again, I'm going to be rattling off a briefing here in just a couple minutes, so you guys are going to have to bear with me through that. Looks like we got about 18 club members in the briefing channel. That's not bad for a Wednesday night. It is the first club event of the calendar year, though. I think that people feel a little sentiment maybe towards that and have decided that they're going to participate. Now I should probably open up the briefing document if I'm going to actually do this briefing properly. I should do this the right way. All right, again, chat, just bear with me. I'm going to be ignoring chat here for a second while I go ahead and drop this briefing on the Flying Club members in just a couple minutes. I'll mentally prepare myself here. I hope she feels better. Good fixins. Hi, Benaz. Thanks for coming in today. I'm sorry you can't make it, buddy. Jeffrey B. Jeffrey B, we were just talking about you. I'm already promoting the 4th annual air show with the new banner. But we'll talk more about that during the stream. I got to do this briefing here in about 20 seconds. Is there an event end time? Not really. I'm going to probably say that once it hits like 10 o'clock Eastern, that's probably when I'm going to close the channel, though. Maybe 10:30 at the latest. Anyways, briefing time. All right. Thanks for coming in today, everybody. It is 7 o'clock on the East Coast, so I'm going to go ahead and get this briefing started. Appreciate y'all being here. This is a pretty good crowd for the for a Wednesday night, for the first event of 2026 for the Flying Club. So welcome on in, everybody. Appreciate you being here. We got 2 departure fields tonight to choose from. They're not super far apart from each other. You've either got Colorado Springs, the Class Charlie, or you've got Pueblo, the Class Delta. And either way, you're going to be flying south in some form or fashion to get to Angel Fire. And I've been saying on my stream, so my stream is going to have to listen to me repeat this again. But the way I came up with the idea for this event is just from doing one of my A320 flights from LA to Newark. Happened to fly over this area, saw on the map that this place was called Angel Fire, excuse me. Thought it was cool, saw that it had an airport, saw it was a cool little resort, and I was like, oh, screw it, we'll go fly in there as a Flying Club event. And so that's kind of where the premise came for the event. I'm not much of a skier personally, but I don't mind going to the ski lounge and having a few drinks once we get there. But I appreciate you guys all being here. Again, you can fly any GA aircraft you want, prop, turboprop, small jet, helicopters, doesn't matter. I do prefer that you fly VFR. I guess if you're in the small jet, IFR is fine, but still a VFR is preferred method tonight. From the 2 departure airports, this is all high elevation tonight. If you're departing out of Pueblo, you're at 4,729 feet. Colorado Springs, 6,187, and we will be arriving at 8,380. 8,380 feet is the field elevation Angel Fire, which is pretty high up there. Maybe not as high as Telluride or Leadville, but it's still pretty high up there. So you're going to notice that your aircraft is not going to perform as well as it would in, let's say, Farmingdale Republic or Bayport. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, not only with your aircraft selection, but just how it's going to perform. All right, and obviously a big thing to look out for is a lot of terrain. We're going to be in mountainous terrain. Angel Fire is tucked into a valley there between 2 pretty high mountain ranges. I see 12,305 on one side, 12,441 on the other side. So in the valley, obviously, you're at 8,000 plus feet. So just try not to hit a mountain is basically the name of the game tonight. No CFIT would be ideal for the first event of 2026. We do have some ATC. Colorado Springs has a tower online and Pueblo has a tower online. No approach, so just a couple towers, but they'll help us to get on our way out to Angel Fire. And Angel Fire, of course, being uncontrolled, the CTAF just happens to be 122.8. So we'll make sure we're all on that appropriate CTAF frequency when we get there. Please file VFR flight plans through the VATSIM flight plan page. And a lot of that is part of it is for convenience to the controllers, and then part of it's also to kind of display that we're all taking off from the same 2 airports going to Angel Fire. It's a good way to promote the club as well. Helps to show the strength of general aviation, which is what we're doing here tonight. Make sure you set your weather accordingly, which shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to do real weather tonight. But also the time-wise, going into Angel Fire, it really is an airport where you want to be. You're gonna want the sim set to daytime. So definitely make sure to adjust the times as necessary as well. And other than that, if you did look at the briefing, there is a link to the Angel Fire Resort. I thought it was cool. It's definitely a place I wouldn't mind maybe checking out sometime in the future. And that's what I've got for you guys. Pretty quick and clean briefing. You got one or the other departure airports to choose from, and the route is really at your discretion. I'm planning on following some roads, but if you kind of want to just go along the mountain range or however you want to do it, leaving that up to you guys tonight. So unless anybody has any questions, now would be the time. All right, I'll take that as there aren't any questions, but if there are questions that come up, I'm going to be here hanging out in the Discord. Again, appreciate all of you guys being here for the first event of the year, and we'll see you on the ground in Angel Fire. Thanks for bearing with me, chat.
See ya.
Who's buying at the lounge?
You can put it on the club's tab.
All right.
JBC's buying me a $100 cheeseburger.
Just put it on the club tab. That's okay. Just put it on the club tab. We've already got probably like $6 bajillion on the club tab for people crashing out or other things from other events. So just put it on the tab. It's fine. Albuquerque Center is
You plan
online,
on
but that
paying
will
for
not
it?
matter. Just put it on the tab. All right, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves started here in the Mooney chat. It's time for the actual
Anyone
flying
else
portion of
having
the stream.
issues getting the Pueblo ATIS? I can't read or see it.
Good question. Let me look. I can see it when I double click. It's coming up textually. I don't know about the hearing part, but I do see it textually.
Weird. Text isn't showing up for me. I know it's Bravo. I know the altimeter setting. I'll probably be fine. I'll let you guys go first. Listen in.
Karaoke at the lounge. Oh, if I do karaoke, everybody's ears are going to bleed. Does the tab also apply for FS Expo this year? See, I'm not even personally going to be at FS Expo this year, unfortunately. I'm just not going to be able to swing it going out to Minnesota during June. It's going to be the busy time of flying and all those things. But Jeffrey B is going to be running the flying club booth for us this year, so he'll be out there. And Jeffrey B is really all you need. That dude is a party animal. That is the only man that you need out there to have a good time. You can trust me on that. That is you can quote me on that. Let's get this thing going. Batteries on, avionics on, altimeter set. We're going to be going up to 10.5. Oh yeah, that emoji says it all. Yes, you, Jeffrey B. You, with the face. We're left tank for fuel. I should probably put fuel in the airplane. I didn't even think of that. Nobody saw that. We're gonna pretend I fueled already. We're gonna wait for the GPS to kind of come up here while we're doing that. The mixture's in. We'll go ahead and put the boost pump on. We'll make sure we got our beacon light on, nav lights on. We're gonna clear the area. Clear left, clear right, clear prop. Alrighty. Hey, Grizzle, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, buddy. By the way, Ibanez, if you're still here, you gonna be participating in the you gonna perform in the Virtue Safe Flying Club Air Show this year, buddy? I want to see you. I want to see you bust out some random GA aircraft or warbird and do a performance. Sarah's behind me. He's like, oh, we got to go to Chick-fil-A. They have floats. Oh boy, I do love me some Chick-fil-A though. So Ibanez, yes, I need you, Ibanez, to go into the airshow discussion channel in the Discord. Read through that bad boy. Well, at least partially read through that bad boy. Maybe at least the first part, or either that, or talk to me privately in the Discord at some point. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Virtually Safe Flying Club air shows, but I could always give you a link to the YouTube replays. And I want you to think about something that maybe you would consider performing in and perform in the show this year. You do have to be, it is Saturday, June 6th at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So you have to know that you're going to be available on that day at that time between like 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern, depending on when you're slotted to perform. But hopefully, we're always. I'm looking for. I'm going to be trying to get a few new people into the mix for performing. We have a handful of guys that have already performed that are going to be reprising their roles, maybe in different aircraft even. And we've got 3 special guests. Hoping to not be camping out 24/7 like I did last year, so I'm hoping club members can cover the table for an hour or 2 at a time. Yeah, Jeffrey, once we know who's all going from the club, we're going to A, work that out, and B, if the table has to just kind of sit for the time being, at least we'll have the documentation and the things there, so, not the end of the world either. But, yeah, check it out, Ibanez, let me know. Trying to find some new people to perform for us this year. Of course, we have our 3 special guest performances as well that I'm very much looking forward to. Hopefully the Virtual Air Force will be able to do a full Thunderbirds this time around.
Pueblo Tower, good evening. Piper 40 Mike, 8440 Mike.
Sorry, aircraft flying Pueblo Tower, give me a call sign one more time, please.
We are Piper Warrior 8440 Mike at the east area of the general aviation ramp.
We got this thing fired up. I'm going to go ahead and put Angel Fire into my GPS here just for some reference.
Pueblo Tower, good evening. 40 Mike's going to see if we can get out your Delta to the south. If we can use runway 8 left departure with information Bravo.
November 8440 Mike, that's approved. Let me know when you are ready to taxi. The ramp's uncontrolled, but you can give me a call short of Alpha.
Call and hold short Alpha, 40 Mike.
And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to call short of Alpha.
Pueblo Tower, Aero 718 Delta Foxtrot, the VFR request.
November 718 Delta Foxtrot, Pueblo Tower, good evening. Clear request.
Yeah, good evening. I'm to the west of runway 35 in the small little hangar area, and I have information Bravo looking for departure to the south with an altitude of 12,500, heading to Kilo Alpha X-Ray X-Ray.
November 718 Delta Foxtrot. VFR departure is approved, no flight following available. The ramp is uncontrolled. Give me a call when you're ready to taxi short of Charlie, and we'll get you going.
Contact you when short of Charlie, 718 Delta Foxtrot.
Pueblo Tower, Mooney 124 Mike Charlie is short of Alpha, ready to taxi. We have information Bravo VFR to the south.
There was 2 at once there. The Mooney holdup was the other one 440 Mike.
84 Mike, can we do Alpha 9 runway 8 left?
November 8440 Mike, runway 8. Taxi via Alpha, cross 35 at Alpha.
Oh, sorry. Say again for 40 Mike?
40 Mike, runway 8 right, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 35 at Alpha.
Runway 8 right, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 35 at Alpha, 40 Mike.
Other aircraft flying, I think it was a Mooney.
Yeah, Pueblo Tower, good evening. Mooney 124 Mike Charlie is short of Alpha, ready to taxi with information Bravo, VFR to the south.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, Pueblo Tower. the ramp's uncontrolled. You got an aircraft passing east to west on Alpha. Just call me when you're just short of Alpha there, and we'll get you going.
Yep, we have the traffic in sight. We are ready to taxi for Mooney 124 Charlie.
Mooney 124 Mike Charlie, runway 8 right, taxi via Alpha, cross 35 at Alpha, taxi behind the VFR traffic moving east to west.
Alright, behind the traffic, it's going to be Alpha to cross 35 to runway 8 right for Mooney 124 Mike Charlie, and that aircraft looks like might have just dropped connection there. We'll give him a second just in case.
I appreciate that.
Pueblo Tower, Aero 718 Delta Foxtrot, holding short of Charlie, ready to taxi for departure.
November 718 Delta Foxtrot, runway 8 right, taxi via Alpha Charlie.
Runway 08 right, taxi via Alpha Charlie, 718 Delta Foxtrot.
Pueblo Tower, good evening. Piper 8306 Tango holding short of Delta, requesting taxi for a southbound departure with information Bravo on board.
Number 8306 Tango, stand by. Number 8306 Tango, Pueblo Tower, good evening. Let me just take a look and see where you're at here. Looks like you're just east of Delta. Break November 124 Mike Charlie, hold short of the next intersection here.
Yep, we'll give away the traffic at the next intersection for Mike Charlie.
Hey, number 124 Mike Charlie, follow behind that traffic once they're on Alpha.
Wilco for Mike Charlie.
November 8306 Tango, your VFR departure is approved. Runway
Kenny Monster,
8
thanks
right,
for coming in today.
taxi at Delta Alpha, cross runway 35 at Alpha.
All right, runway 8 right via Delta Alpha, cross runway 35 at Alpha, November 8306 Tango.
Got to fly in an M21 over the beach. Guy knew for
If any
flies
aircraft
for United
needs to be able to
now.
run up, please let me know when you give me a call. If you've already started texting and you need it, give me a call on that now.
Jet Pilot Cinnamon has gifted a sub to Kenny Monster.
Hey, and Larry, I also have a buddy that happens to own a Mooney that I've flown in a handful of times. It's basically the only way I've done real life.
Correction, November 718 Delta Foxtrot.
It's the only way I've done any kind of real life GA anytime in the recent history.
Stand by.
Delta Foxtrot, holding short of runway 08 right, standing by.
M20J, I think, an older one, older avionics. Pretty sure the buddy that I have owns a J model as well, actually.
Sorry about
Small
that.
world
November 718
stuff.
Delta Foxtrot, Pueblo Tower. Had somebody talking in my other ear here. The wind is
Yeah, my guy owns it
at
outright.
8, runway 8 right. Straight out, departure cleared for takeoff.
Winds at 080 at 8. Clear for takeoff, straight, or follow runway heading, straight out. 718 Delta Foxtrot.
November 124 Mike Charlie. Runway 8 right, line up and wait.
8 right, line up or 8 for Mooney 124 Charlie. Alrighty. It's about time to go flying, chat. Kurt Becker, thanks for coming in today. Just in time for watching me go flying here in just a second. We're lined up on runway 8 right at Pueblo. Going to be doing a southbound departure to Angel Fire. And we're in the Coronado Mooney.
Evening, November 3 Hotel November, was it November 3 Hotel Delta?
FM, on November 3 Hotel Delta, we are at the DAE ramp, information Bravo, looking for a VFR southbound departure. Altitude will be flight level 205, ready for taxi.
November 3 Hotel Delta, Pueblo Tower, standby. November 718 Delta Foxtrot, on course approved. You're leaving my airspace over to Unicom 122.8. Have a great day.
Course heading approved. Switch over to Unicom 122.8, 718 Delta Foxtrot.
November 124 Mike Charlie, Pueblo Tower, right crosswind departure, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
All right, make a right cross on departure, 8 right, clear for takeoff from Mooney 4 Mike Charlie. All right, let's
November
do it, Chad.
8306 Tango, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
8 right, line up and wait, Piper 8306 Tango.
November 3 Hotel Delta, your departure is approved. Taxi to 8 right, let me just take a look at where
How
you're
long
at
this
here.
takeoff roll
right,
is going to
taxi
take?
to Alpha, cross 35 at Alpha.
Because we're at such high altitude.
Taxi runway 8 right, Alpha, cross 35.
Be even
Alpha,
longer if we were
November
taking
3
off
Hotel
at
Delta.
Angel Fire. Pause rate gear up.
Pueblo Tower, November 335, Papa, Sachi, ramp with Bravo, request depart clearance to south.
And November 335 Lima Papa, it was, sorry, was that November 335 Lima Papa?
Affirm 5 Lima Papa.
November 5 Lima Papa, Pueblo Tower. The ramp is uncontrolled, but I got somebody departing to the east of you. Why don't you get over to either Alpha or Delta, and I will get you going as soon as I can do so safely.
Alright, we'll go over to Alpha Delta for 5 Lima Papa.
Pueblo Tower, 423 Charlie Lima, ready to taxi.
November 423 Charlie Lima, Pueblo Tower, standby.
So we're going to climb up to 10,500 feet. We'll start our right crosswind turn here. And eventually, once we clear the airspace, then we'll go and fly a little bit west as well to connect up with I-25 and start our path down to Angel Fire.
Crosswind departure, runway 08 right, clear for takeoff.
Right crosswind departure approved, clear for takeoff, 8 right, November 8306 Tango.
Wave goodbye to Pueblo.
Mike Charlie, check your transponder.
Sorry about that, should be on now.
That's looking better for me, thanks so much. November 124 Mike Charlie, leave my airspace. Over to Unicom 122.8, have a great day.
Frequency change approved, 4 Mike Charlie, see you.
November 423 Charlie Lima, Pueblo Tower. VFR departure is approved. Give me one second.
Alright, so we'll go ahead now then, fly south for a little bit.
Taxi up to Alpha, hold short
Switch
of Alpha,
to
we'll go in just a second here.
122.8. I did it the cheatsy doodle way here over on my little V-Pilot because it's easier than spinning the knobs for me. Be even longer if you don't lean it out. I'm leaned out. I'm leaned out pretty good. I guess there was more that I could lean it out though, but it looked like I was leaned out. Alright, anyways, so we're up. We're gonna go now and find I-25. So we have to fly a little bit west now to go and find I-25. We should potentially see it when we look out to our right. It's out there. I think it's like right here is where I'm. Sorry about that. I'm looking like right here. Kind of see it. So we're gonna fly out, go find the road that we're gonna follow. What I am going to do here is I'm going to get the autopilot going here in just a second, because I'm going to be lazy. I do see that I should probably lean it out a little bit more. All right, and now we're gonna go autopilot on, heading, arm and engage this to 10.5, doing about 1,000 foot per minute climb. You can see the highway is right here. Pretty much right in front of this little lake, so we're almost flying right towards that lake, and then we'll join the I-25 going down south that way. Very good. I definitely did lean it out before I took off. I've learned a lot from you, snow skier. Also, you'll like where we're going. We're going to Angel Fire, which is a huge ski resort in New Mexico, so you feel like this would be something you would enjoy to do in real life. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Well, wireless headset now, Chad. I can actually move around and still be talking to you guys. It's great. Yeah, it would probably be pretty expensive to fly all the way out to New Mexico. It probably cost a pretty penny. Yes, it is a mountainous region, Kenny Monster. This airport that we're going to be landing at is at 8,380 feet is the field elevation, and it's in between two mountain, or in the valley rather, of two mountain ranges that have like peaks of 12,000 plus. So yes, we are very much going to be in a mountainous region of New Mexico. We're 1,000 feet to go. We're going to slow our climb rate here a little bit as we're losing speed. We're pretty much just following the road now, right off our right here, I-25. Gonna follow that south for a while. And then eventually we'll hit, what was it, Route 65, I believe it was? Or 64, is it? Let's see. Route 64, it looks like, that we're going to come up here over by Rotten. And then we'll come on down. I'm going to get rid of this random little low-level weather layer stupid thing. We're going to pass the town of Cimarron. I have no idea how to say that. Cimarron. Come up through here, past Ute Park, over by Eagle's Nest, Eagle Nest Lake, and then Angel Fire down here. So yeah, very mountainous for our journey this evening. Got quite the little cluster all flying together out here. That's kind of what we were... kind of what I was going for with this, both departure airports being close by. It's almost like a pseudo group flight, good fixins, but without like the full traditional conga line. It's because since everyone kind of has their own route, but it does become more of like a group flight versus a fly-in, with the two departure airports kind of being stacked on right where they are. So we'll be a nice little cluster on our way down to Angel Fire. All right, we are level here, 10.5. We're as leaned out as we can be. And that's as much manifold pressure as we're going to get out of her at this altitude. Do 24 on the prop. Now we'll switch the fuel tanks here after the climb. Boost pump on, right tank. Boost pump off. You can see all the mountains that we're going to be flying up against and eventually into coming on up here. I like this heading that we're on right now, following the road, passing. Let's see, we'll be passing. What will we be passing? We'll be passing. Oh, Greenhorn, Del Carbon, Spanish Peaks Airfield we'll be flying over roughly. Walsenburg. I'm just reading off some of the random names here on my sectional chart. Some of the towns. I have no idea about anything in this area, other than it's mountainous in Colorado and New Mexico border. My little Comanche doesn't like this altitude. No, I will certainly not. There's somebody on Twitch, Flight Sim guy, who lives in Cimarron. It's where a big Boy Scout reservation is, called Philmont. So how is it pronounced? Is it Cimarron or Cimarron? You're gonna have to give me the phonetic if you know, Larry. I feel like the sim is loud. Maybe not for you guys, but for me it is. It's not loud for you guys though. I see it in the green on my desktop audio, so I'll eat it. Turn the volume down on my own headset. I've adjusted my volume, so hopefully I'm not super loud either talking to the mic. This is also a new headset, so I want you guys to let me know if you guys think I'm too loud when I'm talking, or is my volume good compared to the sim volume? Please let me know, since this is a new headset. Cimarron. Okay, so I was actually kind of right. Nice. I was taking a shot in the dark, and it turns out I was probably pretty bang on. I like when that happens. Yeah, you guys, am I good volume-wise, voice-wise, sim-wise? Everything's good volume, new headset, so I kind of need your guys' input. Sounds great. Awesome. Very good. That's what I like to hear. These sim stutters are going to scare me a little bit because I did have a crash to desktop yesterday. Granted, it was flying the Phoenix and going into Newark, so there was probably a lot of factors as to why that happened. But hopefully she'll hold on to me here for this full event tonight. But every time the sim stutters, it's going to scare me. Just no two ways around it. Look at this whole cluster of flying club members that we've got going on. Oh, I see. The Colorado Springs guy is taking out the destination and all of their things here, which is kind of annoying. But all this is all flying club members that are on our way over to Angel Fire. Nice herd that we got going to go enjoy some ski resorting. Got logged off 3 times during my climb just now. Thankfully, it stopped stuttering at cruise. That's good. I've been to Philmont 3 times. Amazing place. This kind of does look like it could be quite a beautiful area with all the mountains. By the way, thank you to the 2 gentlemen who staffed up both Pueblo and Colorado Springs, if they happen to be watching. We always appreciate the staffing from any of the ARTCCs in the VAT USA realm whenever we do our flying club events. I hope all of the Virtue Safe Flying Club pilots are doing their job and being respectful to the air traffic controllers, or I will be laying the hammer down on them. ELW-124, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, buddy. Angel Fire is the ski resort. To Angel Fire, I actually have the link in the briefing to their resort. I'm going to put that link into the chat right meow. If copy and paste decides to work. There we go. Listen, they call themselves resort, so it's Angel Fire Resort. I don't know. That's what they tell me. That's what they're telling me, boss. Looks like the highway turns here a little bit, so we're gonna give ourselves a little turn. Let's see, wind at Angel Fire. 250 at 3. Not a whole lot of wind. Is there a calm wind runway? Let's see. I'm reading through the AFD right now. Doesn't look like it. So there's a runway 1735 and the wind is 2503. Man, it really not much pretty much do what we want, I guess. I don't see anywhere where it says that there's a specific calm wind runway. And I don't see anything else either that specifies if it's like a left traffic. They're both left traffic, so most likely, let's see, 250 is closer to 170. The other places nearby are showing more to the south. So yeah, it'll probably be, we'll have to the way we're coming from, we'll probably have to overfly the field and join a left downwind for runway 17 is most likely what we're gonna do. Iowa Scotsman, thank you for 24 months. I appreciate you, sure.
Iowa Scotsman just resubbed for 24 months.
Appreciate the resubscription, buddy. Hope you're doing well. We're on our way to Angel Fire. While we're at cruise here, I'm going to once again already, and I'm going to be promoting the crap out of this
traffic
all the way until June.
718 Delta Foxtrot. 12 nautical miles to the northeast of the field, transitioning the airspace from the
This is the banner
northeast to the south.
For the 4th annual Virtue Safe Flying Club Air Show. It's going to be Saturday, June 6th. Broadcast on the twitch.tv/Jeffrey B, who's in the chat. If you don't already follow Jeffrey B, you have no idea what you're missing. Please follow twitch.tv/Jeffrey B. Not only is that where the air show is going to be broadcast on June 6th, but his stream is about as entertaining as you can find on Twitch. And although he is not inebriated for the broadcast of the air show, thank God, but he will occasionally be inebriated at other times throughout his broadcast. So that's let's just say it gets entertaining. So definitely follow him, and if you're around on the afternoon of Saturday, June 6th, you're going to want to tune into our 4th annual air show, which already I cannot wait for, even though we've got 5 months. We have 3 special guests with the United States Navy, virtual United States Air Force, and virtual NATO is the new special guest this year. My buddy Brandon's also going to be doing another intermission musical performance for us. Solstice is the name of his one-man band. He's agreed to do more music for us for the intermission this year as well. So we're going to have a great show for you guys. New venue. We're going to be doing the air show this year at Sullivan County Airport in New York. Kilo Mike Sierra Victor. Moving away from Galesburg after 3 great years there. And so now we're going to plan on doing a few years in Sullivan County, New York. And that'll allow my NY ARTCC buddies to help us out with the coverage for that. Looks like the highway is going to start turning a little bit more towards the east here slightly. Kind of see you cut through the land there, so I'm going to go ahead and start a little bit, maybe like a 150-ish heading roughly, kind of get us to stay along the highway here that we're following. I might be more entertaining during the air show if I was a little rich at peak, just saying. Listen, I can't ever tell you what to do, Jeffrey, and even when I'm helping you with the show, I always say, you know, when I'm being the voice in your ear saying to do this or this or this, you have the option of listening to me or not listening to me. So I obviously don't have 100% control over what you do. Now, I would prefer if you did not intoxicate yourself while doing the broadcast of the air show. We're going to leave it at that wording. Boozy, by the way, Ibanez says he would consider performing in the air show, but you have no desire to perform in the air show whatsoever, because air shows aren't my thing. We got a whole cluster. This is going to get really interesting, actually, probably at some point, because there's just a whole cluster of us all in the same spot, and eventually we're all going to need to filter into that one little small valley where the airport is. This might be a little bit unorthodox for the club this evening to start out 2026. Because we are not in a neat and complete line. We are definitely all in our own little... It'll be fun. This is going to be entertaining. I see like 16 or 17 of us in that cluster, by the way, from quick count. So yeah, that should be quite entertaining. Planet Neutral, thanks for coming in today. Yeah, lots of holding in the pattern. We're a swarm. Yes, we are a swarm. No, 16 or 17, and we're not doing this on the. We're not doing this in the stream, Boozy. We're not doing it. We're not. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to acknowledge you if you do it. Albuquerque Center is online, which means absolutely nothing to us, to be honest with you, good fixins, because Angel Fire is uncontrolled. He can watch us on his scope if he really desires to do so. I'll be a mess trying to get in there, but has no bearing on us one way or the other in terms of air traffic control. See, we're good fuel wise. We haven't lost our highway yet. Doing good. So there's not a whole lot of wind, gentlemen, on the ground at Angel Fire right now. I would say let's all plan on doing a left downwind for runway 17, probably be preferred, which means since we're all coming from the north, we're probably all going to have to overfly the field to join the left downwind for runway 17. So let's plan on that if we don't mind.
Roger.
Overfly left downwind, runway 17, over 247.
There you go again, telling us what to do.
You can't tell me what to do? Oh, I swear to God, Boozy, if you fly straight in, I'm coming for you. I am your CFI, sir, and if I see you fly straight in to runway 17 at this uncontrolled field, I am going to smack you so hard on the wrist with my ruler, like I'm one of those old school nuns from back in the day, that you're not going to know what happened to your arm. It'll never be the same. Just saying. Just saying. Nice little view of a mountain there off the right wing. I'm going to give you that view for now. So, you like stuff? Yeah, what else are we going to talk about at this altitude cruising along here? You got a pretty little mountain over there. Talk about what I had for dinner. I had sausage and broccoli rabe on a hero from the pizza place, which was very good. Good fixins, I swear to God, guys. It's the first flying club event of 2026. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. You guys are gonna make me get apple juice. It was a sausage and broccoli rabe sandwich, and it was actually very good. Very tasty. I love broccoli rabe. Broccoli rabe is one of my favorite green things. That's right. Still following our highway here. Kind of actually shoots even just a little bit more to the east before kind of wrapping around this little small mountain ridge here. Going back a little bit more south. And then we're going to be closing in on the town of Raton, R-A-T-O-N. And that's where we'll pick upward to Cimarron, which apparently I've been saying correctly this whole time, believe it or not. And make our way over to Angel Fire. And we are going to be an absolute mess getting into Angel Fire because we are a giant cluster. There isn't even a runway 6 there. Oh my lord. What have I gotten myself into tonight? See if you can circle and see the ski mountain. That's a tongue twister. Mountain before landing. That's not a bad idea. There's not going to be any snow in the sim, unfortunately, in the mountain, which kind of sucks because that kind of ruins the bit. But with the temperature being 4 degrees, the sim decides that there's no snow on the ground. So it does kind of ruin the bit. What I can do after I land and disconnect is change the weather to be snowy weather. Hopefully it won't crash my sim, and then we can see it as it should probably look, but yeah. At least initially, we're going to lose part of the bit just based on the sim not actually producing snow because it's apparently too warm for the sim's liking to have snow on the ground. And I don't think they do any kind of snowmaking in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 on the slopes. See, our road, we said, is kind of, yep, come down to the right here, through here, so we can make a little bit of a right turn, go about 180, maybe 170 to start, see what that does for us. Yeah, we'll do the, let's see, a little bit more. That's probably closer to the 180. You can kind of see it slicing and dicing through over here. We'll keep following it. Slicing and dicing. Let's see, where's the better view? I think the better view is going to be off to the right. Yeah, look at that mountain over there. Some good looking scenery out here. Getting a little overcasty. It is going to be overcast. It's a high overcast when we get to Angel Fire, but still a pretty decent view. Let's see, Angel Fire 260 at 10. Okay, so now we're definitely doing. It's basically a direct crosswind no matter what we do. So I think we stick with what we said with 1.7, and we just eat the crosswind. And 10 miles overcast, 7,500, temperature 4, minus 12, 2986. Direct crosswind, here we go. My luck, the windsock will be favoring the other runway, and I'll be an idiot. But, you know, that's what it is. Boozy says he may die. Tell my wife and kids I love them. I think you are a better pilot than that, sir. I think you can handle it. Yes, we are a giant cluster for this event tonight. Good representation for the Virtue Safe Flying Club on the network tonight. That's what we like to see. Someone said, Boozy, don't bin it. Oh, we had someone join the flying club. I'm going to do that off the screen real quick. Someone beat me to it. Someone beat me to it. Nice. Good job, whoever did that. Cutting through here. Looks like the highway is over here still. kind of cuts to the left again. I think like right here in this opening is where Rotson is, somewhere like right over here, chat. And that's when we'll start cutting over on that Route 64. So I'm going to point in that general direction for now. Two right clicks ahead of me the entire time. Look at you go. We're all going to start hearing a whole handful of people talking on the CTAF here, 22.8 for Angel Flyer pretty soon. Whole gaggle of us coming in hot. So we're gonna start looking for this Rayton Airport, Rotson. I think it's Rayton. I think this is it. I don't think that's it. That looks like it could be, like, there's an old closed airport I'm looking at on my map over here. Miners Colfax Medical Center. I don't think that's... I'm not sure. Yeah, that could be it. I don't think so, though. I think it's a little bit further. This is something else, but I think it's a little bit further we would find a Rayton Airport. Let me come a little bit more to the left here. I want to get a closer look. Make sure we find the right road that eventually we're going to need to take. Because here's the highway still. Gonna switch tanks here too, fuel tanks. So boost pump on, switch tanks, boost pump off. Yeah, this isn't the Rayton Airport.
Remember, when he took the Foxtrot, number 2 tango looks like I'm overpassing it to the right.
I'll keep my eyes out for you, man. Looking out to the right.
Yeah, I got eyes on you. We'll be good. Wanted to make sure you were aware.
All right, we'll keep looking.
Roger that. 7-1 Delta Foxtrot.
Because right about at that Rayton Airport is where the road kind of shoots off, that Route 64. So if we can find the Rayton Airport, then we'll find that road. See, this is not Rayton. This is some other field. It's not showing up on the sectional. So that's not what we're looking for. It's going to be the next airport that we find. I think is going to be right off our nose here. Is that it?
8306 Tango, I have visual.
I think this is it right here. Okay, so here's the airport right here that we need. So that means that this is the road, I believe, that we need to follow right here. So we'll go ahead and make the turn. Alright, so yeah, here's the field. So this is going to be the road that we follow then. This is going to be this Route 64 then, right here. So we'll follow this road now. And that should take us all the way to Cimarron and then eventually to Eagle's Nest and Angel's Fire. I saw that we've been spotted on the CTAF, or I guess it's technically also the VATSIM Unicom still, 22.8. Kenny Monster, enjoy your dinner, sir. Is this the angle I want for the road? Now it looks like I need to turn a little bit more to the right. Looks like it's going to be almost like a 230 heading according to Sky Vector. So we'll punch that heading in for now. Boozy, we got spotted by somebody on VATSIM. Some United called us out on the Unicom and said, "Hey, that's a lot of Cessnas north of AXX." There's our road. You can see the mountains that we're going to be getting into over here starting to come up in the distance. Is anyone in a Cessna? Yeah, there's a few people in Cessnas. At least one. But they definitely generalized this.
Loud and clear, 718 Delta Foxtrot.
So if we were to go direct, it'd be about 36 miles. We're not going to be going perfectly direct, remember, but we're getting closer. Probably a good 15, 20 minutes. think right here where Chimaron is where we then kind of loop slightly towards more of like an almost due west towards Eagle's Nest, and then we get into the yeah, they were texting on 122.8. They weren't talking, they were texting. Left traffic, left traffic. Left traffic is always the standard unless it's marked otherwise, and I checked and it is not marked otherwise, so it's left traffic for either side. So left traffic for 17. Yeah, the plan is, since we're coming south, we can't really, you're not supposed to land straight in. So you overfly the field, almost gonna join pretty much on like a full upwind, crosswind, downwind base final, all left traffic. Remember, when you do the overfly over the field, you want to be at least 500 feet to 1,000 feet above traffic pattern altitude. And then you descend down to traffic pattern altitude once you get into the downwind. So traffic pattern altitude at Angel Fire is going to be 9,400 feet is the traffic pattern altitude. So you want to be at least, call it 10,000 even, or even 10.5 when you're doing the overfly, to then descend down to the 9,400 feet for the traffic pattern altitude, field elevation 8380. So we're coming up on Cimarron. And then we're going to follow the road when it breaks to the right, not the left. Because this road does split, you can see right here, but we're going to be following it to the right. I think it splits like over in this, I think in this valley right here is where it splits into over here, going that way. Or maybe that way, maybe just due west of that way. We'll take a look when we get closer. But there is Cimarron. Clove's doing some stretching in the background. You guys can see the little black blob behind me. Oh, now she's standing up. There you go. Get a little cat action. Now she's showing everyone her ass. Sitting on the arm of the couch there. You guys can make her out. Sitting on the arm of the couch there. Look at her. She's being cute. Yeah, so it's not this road. It's going to be this one, I think, that goes out here is the one we're going to be following.
Traffic number 225 Papa, 20 miles to the north, straight in.
Okay, see, I think it's gonna, we come up here and then kind of into here. So yeah, this right here is the pass
number
that we're gonna be using to enter Eagle's Nest.
East of the field will be entering a left downwind runway 17.
So I'm gonna point us in that direction because that's where we're gonna be going ahead and entering over towards Eagle's Nest there. So I'll put us pointed towards that direction. Oh, she keeps herself very clean, Kitty Monster. She's probably the cleanest person in this apartment. Cleanest living being in this apartment. Right, Clove? Right, Clove? Hi, Clove. Say hi to the camera, Clove. Oh, you can do your spooky stretch. And she's gone. So yeah, this is the pass that we're going to be entering right in here. And that's going to put us over Eagle's Nest Lake. And that puts us about 7 miles north of the field when we get over the lake. And again, we'll do a full overfly, join the left downwind. And I know Snowskier said maybe do the circles over, but we're not going to do the circles over the resort. What I'm going to do is I'm going to land and then we'll get the drone cam going. And I'll probably even turn the snow on and make it feel like a wintry resort. A little flight sim Twitch magic. Pattern altitude is 1,000 feet above the field elevation, round up 8,380. That's going to be 8,400 plus 1,000 is going to be 9,400 feet. Doesn't say anything different on the AFD, so that's what you do. Round up and then add 1,000. So 8,400 feet. And I don't see anything different in the notes. Again, since you're going to be at 9,400 feet as traffic pattern altitude, when you overfly the field, you want to be at least... No. Round up, 8,380 rounds up to 8,400, plus 1,000. That's 9,400 feet. And then you want to be at least 500 feet above that to overfly and join the downwind. So yeah, 10,000 feet to overfly the field, 9,400 feet once you get into the downwind for the traffic pattern altitude, and then you just do your normal pattern at that point. It's easy, Boozy. You can figure this out. I believe in you. I believe that you can get this done. I believe that you can get this done, Boozy.
Angel 5 traffic, November 325 Lima Papa, 10 miles to the north, runway 17, straight in.
And someone's doing straight in. Technically, you can do straight in. It's not illegal at an uncontrolled field, but I'm doing the pattern like I'm supposed to. And as your CFI, I would strongly encourage that you did the pattern, Boozy. But you do you, Boo. It's technically you're not doing anything wrong by going straight in. But it's recommended that you do the pattern. Uncontrolled fields are the wild, wild west. That kind of is what it is. Look at this. We're going through this little pass here, and we're going to get over to Eagle's Nest Lake here shortly. Coming on up to it. I'm going to turn the autopilot off. We're going to hand fly the rest of the way here. Got some traffic out there.
Angel 5 traffic, beach 304 Alpha Mike, 10 miles to the north of the field. Straight in for runway 17. We have landing traffic in sight, number 2. Angel 5.
Got the other traffic in sight, right over here. make sure all my lights are on. Gonna go prop full now. Increase the mixture just a little bit. Don't need too much, still at a high elevation.
Angel Fire traffic number 830 turning left downwind 17. We'll do a right 360 for the 2 aircraft on final for 17. English Fire.
Angel Fire traffic, Mooney 124, Mike Charlie's coming up to Eagle Nest Lake, about 8 miles to the north of the field. Gonna overfly and join the left downwind for runway 17. Angel Fire. I'm passing a Baldy Mountain. I think Fixie is from there. I'm gonna tell my kids that's where he is from. Oh man, Boozy is just out here shooting darts in the chat all of a sudden, out of nowhere, unprovoked. Unprovoked, just throwing darts. Again, we're gonna hold this 10.5. I'm gonna hold 10.5 to overfly, and then I'll descend into 9400 after I do the overfly. And I see that traffic, so I'm gonna kind of go in almost behind that traffic and make sure
Angel
he's
Fire
below
traffic
me.
number 335, we're gonna pop a short final runway 17, Angel Fire.
But here's Eagle Nest Lake. I'm gonna start slowing up here, I think, as well, too. No reason to be going this fast at this point. Start pulling the power back in, introducing some upward trim. So there's the field. But again, we're gonna overfly and do the full shebang. But there's the field in sight, and now I'm starting to lose a little bit of altitude. Let me get that nose up. Beautiful little area. Again, we'll after we land, I'll turn the snow on, and we'll see what it looks like when the mountains are covered with snow and all
Left
that.
base 17 behind the Beechcraft on 4 mile final. Angel Fire.
Fire traffic bears 326
Ibanez is from Deuce Lake.
Angel
Oh
Fire
boy.
traffic, Aero 718 Delta Fox.
I'm gonna get the first notch flaps
10
in.
miles to the northeast of the field at 12,000, right behind Juliet. Coming in for the left downwind for runway 17, full stop landing, Angel Fire traffic.
Angel Fire traffic, it's Comanche November 81 Bravo Zulu. We're about 15 miles to the north. We'll be doing a fly over the field 10,000 feet and enter left for runway 17.
Descending by accident. Let me fix myself here. If you guys want to start putting landing rate guesses in the chat, now would be the time. We'll use Volanta to judge it. Positive or negative number does not matter. You do not need the exclamation point predict, but if Kenny Monster is listening, he's going to do it anyway because that's just what he does.
Angel Fire traffic number 836.
If you guys want to guess what my landing rate's going to be in the Mooney, it's been a while since I've landed the Mooney in the sim, so we'll see. Angel Fire traffic, Mooney 124 Mike Charlie. We're about 2 miles to the north. We're going to overfly at 10,000, about 10,300 feet. And overfly, join a left, close traffic for runway 17, Angel Fire. There's the field. So yeah, we'll just fly overhead. We're above the traffic pattern altitude by a safe distance. And then we'll just basically fly at this point a normal pattern and descend. Once we get into the crosswind, we'll start our descent into that normal traffic pattern altitude of 9,400 feet. We do have the one guy in front of us here, so we have to make sure we wait to turn our crosswind behind even that traffic.
5 nautical miles to the north of the field. We'll be joining the 45 for midfield entry to the downwind for 17. Full stop landing. Angel fire traffic.
So again, we'll wait now to turn our crosswind until he is off our wing, so we don't cut him off.
Angel fire traffic. I have the traffic Juliet in sight. 718 Delta Foxtrot.
So now we can start descending to the 9,400 feet.
Angel fire traffic. Beach
for the pattern altitude.
Now established left downwind for 17. Angel fire.
He should be just off our wing. We had good visual contact on him earlier, but now it's somehow is gone. Sim does this, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to use my little VFR map. My little VFR map says he should be right off our left wing right now. So I'm gonna start our turn here. Angel fire traffic, Mooney 124 my Charlie's left crosswind, runway 17, Angel fire.
Angel fire traffic number 8306 Bingo vacated runway 17, last following trial. Yeah.
Let's get down to our traffic pattern altitude of 9,400 feet here. We're gonna throw the gear down. Native fire traffic, Mooney 124 my Charlie, left a downwind, runway 17, native fire.
Angel fire traffic, Aero 718 Delta Foxtrot, overflying the field to
there's our traffic pattern altitude.
To join the crosswind for the downwind for 17, full stop landing. Angel fire traffic.
Angel pilot traffic, November 81 Bravo Zulu. We're just over the top of the field. We're just to the west of the field. We're going to enter a left crosswind once we get over the top of it and then turn downwind. Angel pilot.
There's that traffic, I think, in front of us out there. He's going way wide on us. Not sure where he's going. Is he going all the way out to the lake? If he's going all the way out to the lake, then we might turn our base and cut in front of him here. Okay, he's going all the way out to the lake. All right. So we're gonna turn our base at our leisure here.
Angel fire traffic, beach 4 Alpha Mike, turning left base for 17. Angel fire.
And info traffic, Mooney 124 my Charlie. We're going to turn our left base inside of 4 Alpha Mike here. About a half mile left base, Angel fire.
Angel fire traffic, 341 Charlie Papa. We're 10 to the north, 10,500. We'll be west of the field, entering the midfield, left downwind 17. Angel fire.
There it is. All right.
Angel fire traffic, Comanche November 81 Bravo Zulu. We are 9,500 feet and left downwind for 17.
Full flaps, gear down.
Angel Fire traffic, Arrow 718 Delta Foxtrot turning the crosswind for runway 17. Full stop landing, Angel Fire traffic.
Angel Fire traffic, 2124 Mike Charlie, short final for runway 17, full stop, Angel Fire. Yeah, it looks like the windsock is telling me I chose the right runway. Thank God.
Angel Fire traffic, Arrow 718 Delta Foxtrot, joining an extended downwind, number 2, behind Bravo Zulu, 718 Delta Foxtrot.
Oh, that was a good landing. Woo! Nice. Missed that taxiway, so we'll have to get the next
Bravo
one.
Zulu, left base 17, Angel Fire.
Let's not go too slowly here. Why is the plane drifting to the left? That was kind of weird.
Angel Fire, 4 Alpha Mike, 2.5 mile final, 17, Angel Fire.
This is nice little free scenery that we have for Angel Fire as well. R6 Chavez, thanks for coming in today. Let me get off this runway. Got traffic on the final here. Angel Fire traffic, 2124 Mike Charlie's clear of runway 17, Angel Fire. We'll go find ourselves somewhere nice. Blake, park.
5 miles north. Do infield overfly as you enter downwind for runway 17.
We're gonna go give ourselves some princess parking right in front of the hangar. How about that?
November 8-1 Bravo Zulu, we kind of cut it short. We had to pull up and we're going to come back and re-enter the pattern, Angel Fire.
Parking brake on.
Angel Fire traffic, no 341 Charlie.
Ground the mags.
Into left downwind 17, we have traffic.
Sure, idle cut off. There she blows. Lights off, avionics off, battery master switch off. Boom. We made it. Oh, this is going to be a fun landing rate to show you guys. Give you guys a view here of people coming in first. Nice view of the mountains. Again, we're going to change the weather to snow here and get a good look at the resort once we're done. Hi, Clove. Hi, baby. How's my baby? You're such a good baby. All right, give me 1 second, check. Sarah was calling me for something. Of course, I was landing. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's go ahead and show you guys the landing rate. Minus 6.43. That's right, minus 6. 1.04 G's is not bad either. Minus 6. It's pretty good. That would put Iowa Scotsman at the closest with his 43 guess. Yeah, there's a lot of distance between the two exits there. Also, not a ton of ramp space. We're going to be squeezing in nice and tight here. All right, let's let me set, like I said I was going to do, I'm going to turn the snow on now. Hopefully this won't crash my sim. If it crashes my sim, I'm so sorry. We're going to do snow. There we go. So now we can get the little wintry vibe going, all right? And I'm going to get into the showcase cam here. And now that we got the little wintry vibe going, let's reset the camera. We're going to go find the ski resort, take a look at what it looks like in the sim. First of all, we got the airport here. Free little airport, open hangar. They did even the little inside of the FBO, kind of, sort of. So that's kind of neat. Nice little freeware scenery. Someone obviously appreciates this airport. Now, if I remember correctly, that the resort is over here. I think they also threw in some of these buildings in their little scenery. But here's the ski slope. So over here would be the resort. And here's your slopes. It's like a pretty significant amount of ski trail here. And down. And this is where, I guess, where the kind of the landing is for the resort, is right over here. There you go. Now you got your little snowy vibe to kind of go along with the actual vibe of what we were going for with the ski trip. There you go. So yeah, neat little area. And like I said, I was flying from Los Angeles to Newark in the 320, and happened to overfly this big ass ski resort. And I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. And I was like, oh, there's a little airport right there. I wonder what that is. And then I looked it up, and it was Angel Fire. And I thought that was a pretty cool name to boot. And I said, that's going to be a Virtue Safe Flying Club event. And here we are. By the way, I have a whole list, chat, now of events that I'm going to do from just randomly flying over places while working. I have a whole list that I'm going to be creating events off of. And this is just the first one on that list. Eventually, we're going to go to Lamar's, Iowa, which is the ice cream capital of the world. There's also, let me, am I going to be able to, airport, what did I call it? Airport list? If I knew how to spell. Airport idea list, here we go. All right, so we got, this is Lamar's Airport, which is the ice cream capital of the world. Lakeview 13 Charlie is just a cool looking little airport. Same with Smith Mountain Lake Airport. There was, I don't remember the full story behind Cortez, Colorado, and then there's also a full story too from Kayenta. And those, there's background to those that I have to eventually go refresh my memory, but those are the ones that I have listed as potential upcoming events just from flying over and kind of being like, oh, this is a neat little area. I'm curious. Let's see, you know, what that area is all about. Pull up a little Wikipedia, and lo and behold, we're going to have some future events coming. So there you go. Anyways, that does it for me, chat. That does it for my stream. I need to now go on to the Twitchels and see who else might be streaming the event tonight. And if nobody else is streaming the event tonight, then I will just hand it off to someone. Ibanez is streaming. That's a pretty easy choice then, chat. Pretty easy choice. We're going to go ahead and raid Ibanez. He's doing this flight. He's a little bit late, but it looks like he's in the Beaver. And I wish the stream would load, computer. Come on. This is garbage. What are we doing? Oh, it's an ad. You got to be kidding me. Anyways, looks like he's in the Beaver. He's flying in this way. So thank you for coming in today. Yeah, first stream of 2026, first Flying Club event in 2026. I appreciate everyone in the Flying Club that decided to come along with us. And I hope that I'll be able to stream and see you guys again soon. But let me go ahead and get this raid going and say hello to Ibanez. Give him some love. He's in the Beaver, coming down to Angel Fire. You'll get to see it you'll get to see it now in X-Plane 12, by the way. So you get a little bit of different version of it in X-Plane 12. So it actually kind of works out quite nice. You guys can see it from a little bit of a different perspective. And see you next time.